Hello guys, welcome to another video lesson, and in this lesson you will learn about the slope-intercept form. We already learned about the standard form and how to use the slope, how to graph. Now we are going to go ahead and get started. We have the slope-intercept form is an equation. Let's go ahead and get started. So we have in an equation written in slope-intercept form, y equal mx plus b, and this is the form, and m is the slope, y and x, it's the y and x of a point, and then you have b is the y-intercept. So again, the main thing to know here is m is for the slope and b is for the y-intercept, and then this one, x and y right here will be from a point, for example 2, 1. So this will be x and this will be y. Sometimes you might have to take the points and plug them in. Okay, so here we have an equation that is written in standard form, and we need to rewrite it in slope-intercept form to make it easier for us if we had to graph this. So all you have to remember, when we are putting things in slope-intercept form, we are basically solving for y. Okay, and here y needs to be alone, so we have to get rid of the positive 2x. Remember, this is a plus here, so we have to subtract 2x. Alright, these cancel and y will be 3 minus 2x, or to rewrite it in slope-intercept form, we'll rewrite it as y equal negative 2x plus 3. Again here, negative 2x move to the front and the positive 3 move in the back. And here you can clearly see that negative 2 will be the slope in this case, and positive 3 will be the y-intercept. Alright, pretty simple. All we do is solve for y. Remember literal equations? Yes, it's coming back. Alright, so here is another one. Now in this one, again, all we are doing is solving for y. So since this is 5 times y, we have to do the opposite. So we have to divide by 5 on both sides. The 5 cancel and y will be 3/5 of x. Now in this case, 3/5 will be our slope. Okay, now what is the y-intercept? There's nothing here. If there's nothing here, this is technically saying plus 0, so the y-intercept will be 0 in this case. Okay, so whenever there's nothing after the 3, after the x, then there's a 0 there. So in this case, this graph will be passing through the origin. Alright, so let's see if you guys can do a couple of examples by yourself. Alright, go ahead and do this one, pause, and then come back and get the answer. Alright, welcome back. Let's go ahead and see. So basically we are solving for y. Alright, so first thing we have to do is to get rid of the 4x. Remember, whatever is attached to the variable that needs to be alone, we do that one last. So 3y has to go last. So negative 4x gotta go first. Alright, so once we subtract, these cancel, and we have 9 minus 4x. Now be careful here, we are still not done. We have to divide by 3. Okay, so we divide both sides by 3, and remember, whenever we are dividing by 3, we are basically dividing the whole thing by 3, and then from there we just go ahead and simplify. So we have negative 4/3x. Now 9 divided by 3 is 3, so negative 4/3 will be the slope, and positive 3 will be the y-intercept. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do this example. Again, here I am solving for y. We need to go ahead and subtract 5x on both sides first. Alright, these cancel and we are left here with negative y. Now I'm going to put a 1 here, so you guys don't forget about it. 8 minus 5x. Remember, we cannot combine those together because they are not like terms. So am I done? No, because what? We have to get rid of this negative 1, so we have to divide by negative 1. Alright, so these cancel and y will be positive 8 divided by negative 1 will be negative 8. Negative 5 divided by negative 1 will be positive 5x. And to rewrite it, we'll have 5x minus 8. Again, minus 8 over here, positive 5x in the front. So here the y-intercept will be negative 8. And then the slope will be 5. Alright, or 5 over 1. Okay. Now moving on, that's it for the first part. Now here for something a little more difficult. So here we are going to write the equation of the line that passes through 3, negative 4, and negative 1, 4 in slope-intercept form. So basically they give us a point and we just need to write it in slope-intercept form. Okay, so remember slope-intercept form, it's y equal mx plus b. So here we can choose one point. So first thing we need is the big mama. All right, whenever they give us two points, first thing we want to do is to go ahead and get the big mama, which is the slope. All right, m. So we're going to find the slope here. So we have 3 and 4. Then we have negative 4, and here we have negative 1, positive 4 again, or x and y. Remember, the slope is just the change in x and the change in y. So we can say here 4 minus negative 4, so that will be 8, and then here will be negative 1 minus 3, so that will be negative 4. Again, negative 1 minus negative 1 minus 3, that will be negative 4. 4 minus negative 1, that will be positive 8. So here our slope will be 8 to 4 negative, and 8 divided by 4, we all know that's 2, so that will be negative 2. So the slope here is negative 2. So we already have our m. Okay, so here we already solved for m, and m here is negative 2. Now, next thing we need is the y-intercept. Now, since we already know the slope, we can just use one of the points so we can find what b is. So I'm going to go ahead and use this point because I like the negative 1. It's kind of easy to deal with. Alright, so I'm going to put 4. Remember, this is x and this is y. So where my y is over here in the equation, I'm going to replace it with a 4 equal, and then my slope is negative 2, so it's going to be negative 2 times x, and then in this case x is negative 1, so that'll be times negative 1 plus b. And remember, we are solving here for the y-intercept, so this will be 4. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2 plus b, and to get rid of the 2 we have to subtract, and 4 minus 2 is 2, and here is my y-intercept. So I get my slope, and now I have b. Now all I have to do is plug them into the formula. So it's going to be y equal m, which was negative 2, x plus b, which happened to be positive 2, and this right here will be slope-intercept form. Okay, I know that was a little quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. Remember, you can always pause and rewind. Okay. Alright, so here is one. Now again, remember, first thing we want to do is to find the slope. So remember, the slope is the change in y, delta y over delta x. So here I'm going to start with this point first, 1 minus -5. Again, those are my y's over the x's, so it's going to be 5 minus -1. Again, I started with this point first just so I do not end up with messy negative. So 1 minus -5, we all know that turn into a plus, and that will be 6. And 5 minus -1, that turn into a plus, and that will be 6. So in this case, the slope here is 1. So I got my slope, or m. Alright, so the next thing here I need to figure out now is the y-intercept. So remember the formula, y equal mx plus b. Now I already have the slope, so now I can use one of these points to find the y-intercept. So I'm going to use again 5, 1, this the first point, because there's no negative to really mess me up. So y in this case is 1 equal, my slope is 1 also, and x happens to be +5, so times 5. Remember, this is the slope times x, so the slope times x in the point plus b, and we end up with 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus b, and now we subtract 5 on both sides, and 1 minus 4 will be -4. Alright, so now I have the slope and I have the y-intercept. All we have to do now is to go ahead and put it together. So again, the equation y equal mx plus b, y staying, slope happens to be 1, so it's just going to be x. Instead of me saying 1x, it's just going to be x, and the y-intercept here is -4, so it's going to be -4. Oops, this has to be a 4. Okay, let's put the 4. Okay, so again, the slope is 1, so I do not have to write 1 times x. We all know that's x minus 4, because the y, and hopefully this wasn't so difficult. With this one, all you're really doing is finding the you find the slope first, and then you plug in the point and the slope to find what b is, and then you are able to write your slope, the equation for the line, in slope-intercept form. All right, that was it for today. Have a good one. See you guys in class. Bye bye.